Live from our studios at One Television Plaza, this is WTAP News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us this Election Day. I'm Phyllis Smith. Election Day is here in Ohio. There are a couple of statewide issues and key local races for Washington County voters. Polls for in-person voting started at 6:30 this morning. Voters have until 7:30 p.m. to get in line at their local polling place to vote. People in Ohio are voting on two statewide issues. Ohio Issue 1 would approve a constitutional amendment that would create a right to abortion in the state. Ohio Issue 2 would make marijuana legal and taxable in the state. People are deciding races for mayor, city council, judicial, and board of education in Washington County. There are also several levy and liquor issues on the ballot. Well, turning into the weather, it was a mild and pleasant day to go vote. Meteorologist Kirk Greenfield joins us now with the first look at your forecast. Kirk.
Still fairly mild, but we're starting to watch those temperatures drop. We're at 64 degrees now on the Highmark, West Virginia Skycam, 33% relative humidity. The winds from the northwest at 7 and the pressure now 29.95 inches and steady. When we take a look at the evening planner, we expect to be in the mid-50s at 8 o'clock, just a half hour after the polls close, and we'll drop down into the 40s by midnight, but it'll generally be clear and certainly dry. We'll take a look at the rest of the week when I return. Back to you.
Thank you, Kirk. There are multiple races to look out for in Belpre. Our Laura Bowen is following the mayoral race, the Board of Education race, and the City Council at Large race. Laura, what can you tell us?
So as we know, facilities in the schools in Belpre are a huge topic of conversation in the Middle Ohio Valley. It was something I was able to talk to the Board of Education candidates about today. Now, Kathy O'Donnell says she is in favor of a new school. She says that it is necessary and that the levy is a way to go about it. She says the school is important, pointing to the old buildings the school currently has, saying they're constantly in need of repair and those costs build up. It also is important in terms of attracting people to our area in general, is what she tells me. Now, Larry Lawrence is another candidate that is for building a new school. He says that levy, again, is the way to go. He tells me that he started coaching in the area around the 70s, and during that time, he would go to different facilities throughout the area. And in the 70s, the Belpre schools lived up to the facilities there, but since then, as of now, they just are falling behind right now. Now, when it comes to Frank Meredith, I could not get a hold of him tonight. However, I did go to the Meet the Candidates event this year and got a little bit of an idea of what he's all about. During that event, he was outspoken against that school levy. However, he says that he does want to build up Belpre schools. The Belpre mayor race is the other race that I am following. There are 4 candidates. 2 of them are currently in city council. That is Susan Abdella and Alan Milhone. The other 2 candidates are Ramel, aka Boo Henderson, as well as Jim Nelson. The council at large race is another race that I'm covering. I will keep you guys up to date as I get the results throughout the night. And that's all the information I have right now. Back to you, Phyllis.
Laura Bowen reporting live in Marietta. Laura, thank you. We will be continuing our election coverage all night long here on WTAP and online at WTAP.com. Go to WTAP.com/politics/election results to see up-to-date results as they come in. Finally, you can also check the ticker at the bottom of your screen for election results and updates. Our Karan Alston is also over at the Board of Elections in Marietta, getting an update on how Election Day has gone so far. He also addressed the renewal of the Washington County Children's Services levy. Let's head on over to Washington County for an update from Karan.
Thank you, Phyllis. Like you said, I'm here at the Washington County Board of Elections, and the levy I'm covering tonight is the countywide levy, which is the renewal of the Children's Services levy. Now, this levy was created about 5 years ago to help with the care and to help foster children across Washington County get placed into their rightful homes. Now, taxpayers will be chipping in about $19,000 of every $100,000 for the year. And then, so that means the Children's Services said that they bring about $900,000 in the levy, and so that will be 19 times that 9 to bring it to $900,000. Now, earlier in the 5, I spoke to Karen Pulaski about if they've seen any problems here in Washington County for the voting, and she said they had minor issues at the beginning, but now everything is good to go. She also said about 42,000 people are registered to vote, and we have some numbers here and there for people who are early registered voters and people who are coming to vote today. Now, you have until 7:30 to get to your precinct and vote. If you are in line by 7:30, you will still be able to vote after 7:30, but that's all the information I have for you. Back to you.
Karan Alston reporting live in Marietta. Karan, thank you. The future of recreational marijuana legalization in Ohio is in the balance. Issue 2 on today's ballot would allow adults 21 and over to buy and possess up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis and to grow plants at home. A 10% tax would be imposed on purchases, with proceeds going to administrative costs, addiction treatment, municipalities with dispensaries, and social equity and jobs programs. The Coalition to Regulate Cannabis, like alcohol, began its push for legalizing adult use in 2022. One Ohio Republican congressman shared why he is against it.
Marijuana is a gateway drug, and it's being shown now that it is a gateway drug. And so what are we going to do? Promote more drug use in Ohio when we should be saying we don't want people using drugs? So, I guess, the voters are going to decide this. And so I know that 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, I remember watching as the first numbers start coming in from around the state.
Republican Governor Mike DeWine and some top business and manufacturing organizations opposed the measure, citing traffic and workplace safety concerns. There is a chance for people to learn how to recognize and help stop human trafficking tonight in Pleasants County. Judge Tim Sweeney is holding a forum that will look at the issue at St. Mary's High School. The forum will start at 7 p.m. in the school's auditorium. According to a release from the Supreme Court of Appeals of West Virginia, human trafficking is significantly underreported. Judge Sweeney hopes this forum will help raise awareness about the issue. West Virginia Secretary of State Mac Warner will also speak at the event. He said in a release that they will discuss ways that people can report possible cases of human trafficking to authorities. We will have more about the forum tonight at 10 and 11. WTAP News and the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post of Parkersburg are partnering this Friday to provide a free meal for veterans. The Veterans Luncheon will be at VFW Post 1212 along Garfield Avenue in Parkersburg. The event is from 11 to 2 p.m. Hot dogs, potato salad, coleslaw, and chips will be served to veterans and their families. Post Quartermaster David George says this is the second year the VFW is partnering with WTAP News for a luncheon. He described some of their other outreach programs.
We do programs like the Voice of Democracy and the Patriots Pen, which engage students in patriotic writing and voice. We do programs for first responders, for Teacher of the Year. All these things are designed to engage the community in actions that support veterans.
He said that community outreach efforts will introduce more veterans to the VFW. Still ahead, it's the smallest stage yet, but likely the biggest stakes with less than a year from the next presidential election. We have more from Miami breaking down what you can expect from the third Republican debate.
It's been another sunny and amazingly warm day in the Mid-Ohio Valley. That's next.
You're watching WTAP News at 6 with Phyllis Smith, Kirk Greenfield with your pinpoint weather forecast, and Ryan Wilson with sports.
The stage is set in Miami for the third Republican debate. A dwindling field of Republicans will be under the public microscope in South Florida Wednesday night. WTAP Washington News Bureau reporter Peter Zampa is on the ground in Miami with what we can expect.
Well, 5 candidates will be taking the stage here at the Adrian R. Center in Miami Wednesday night as the qualification criteria gets harder and candidates lose steam. Now, as with the first 2 debates, there will be a large looming absence on stage. Donald Trump.
Miami sunshine for a GOP primary battle at a boiling point.
We're going to see those policies that stand in contrast to the Democrats.
Madison Gilbert, a spokeswoman for the Republican National Committee, expects a deeper policy dive Wednesday night with a smaller group on stage. Gilbert hopes undecided voters or disillusioned Democrats are tuning in.
That's the voters that I hope we can really speak to through the debates.
Those speaking, Governor Chris Christie, Vivek Ramaswamy, Ambassador Nikki Haley, Senator Tim Scott, and Governor Ron DeSantis. But voters tuning in will not be hearing from the most likely GOP nominee.
What message does it send that the leading candidate clearly does not find these debates worthwhile?
I can't speak to the strategy or the reasoning behind why Trump or any of the candidates do anything that they do.
Trump will be counter-programming with a rally in nearby Hialeah Wednesday night. He's indicated it's not worth debating with such a substantial lead. The former president slamming his opponents at a Florida GOP event over the weekend.
We lead the primary field by 50 points with Trump at 61 and Ron DeSanctimonious at 11. And Bird Brain at 6.
Now, Trump is not the only one counter-programming here in Miami this week. Democrats also on the scene fighting for President Joe Biden as Republicans fight each other. Election 2024, less than a year away. In Miami, I'm Peter Zampa.
The debate is scheduled to begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday on NBC. Now, let's go to meteorologist Kirk Greenfield for another look at the forecast. Kirk, it's a beautiful day to vote.
Fair weather always helps the turnout at the polls. Let's take a look at our radar satellite composite. And at this point, we've had a gap in the afternoon when we've had bright sunshine. That's helped to maintain the temperatures this afternoon. But now that we're past sunset, we're watching them drop off dramatically. The Jan Dills Marietta Skycam atop the Lafayette Hotel says we're at 64, 33% relative humidity, winds out of the northwest at 7, and the pressure 29.95 inches is steady. When we take a look at our current temperatures, we have 64 in Athens and Parkersburg, 65 at Charleston, 59 in Columbus. The breeze now generally from the northwest, about 6 to 7 miles per hour. And when we look at the temperature change, we're about 1 degree cooler than we were last night at this same time. You'll remember last night was unseasonably warm. When we take a look for any radar echoes, we see nothing at this time around the area as high pressure continues to be in control. And it does look like we're no chance of rain showers. There is a cold front that's going to waffle, turn around and go back the other direction. But this reinforcing cool air is going to settle in tonight. We're looking at clear skies for the most part as we go through the overnight into Wednesday. Then we start to see some of the cloud cover. And again, we're looking at that coming back up from the south. And it does look like, although there'll be showers up in the Michigan area, it looks like Wednesday for the most part is going to be dry. Thursday, we've got a chance of some showers as this sweeps through and the system continues to roll on. So tonight, 42 for the overnight low. Clouds increasing generally on the mild side, but that's still a chilly overnight temperature. We're down to just about the last crescent of the moon, and the view for Saturn tonight should be pretty spectacular. I understand it's pretty bright. Tomorrow, 71 for the high, unseasonably warm conditions, very pleasant as we look at the extended forecast. We'll slide from 71 of the high through the 60s on Thursday with a 37% chance of showers down to 43. Friday now has at least a 24% chance of showers. We didn't get it on the board here, but you can see we're going to drop to freezing Friday night or very close, below freezing Saturday, and on Sunday right at freezing as we start out the next work week. For the overnights, the high temperatures will be in the 50s as we go through the weekend and into the next work week. Tonight's winner for the Sketch the Outdoors contest, sponsored by People's Bank, is Disc Golf in the Woods by Macy Allman, age 14 of Parkersburg. If you'd like to enter the daily contest, submit your digital copy of your child's outdoor artwork on our WTAP webpage. Look for the entry Sketch the Outdoors and follow all directions to upload and enter. A new winner is drawn each weekday and presented at both 6 and 11 p.m. newscasts. Phyllis?
Thank you, Kirk. Still ahead, at West Virginia University at Parkersburg and a State Farm agent are collecting toys for Tots. How you can help, next at 6. West Virginia University at Parkersburg is accepting new and unwrapped toy donations for families in need. The college is once again partnering with Toys for Tots for its annual toy drive. A drop-off location in WVUP's Tutoring and Testing Center is available until December 15th. College President Dr. Tori Jackson said some of its employees volunteer for Toys for Tots as part of their community service projects. Jackson says the college works to play a vital role in the community in as many ways as possible.
So we're a community college, and if we don't do our part to show that we are a part of this community and we want to do everything we can to make it better, that's what we're supposed to do. That's our mission, and if that means more children wake up on Christmas morning and have an opportunity to smile because somebody has given, then we are more than happy to play a role in that.
The donations are for children 6 months through 13 years old. Speaking of toy drives, Emily Allman with State Farm is holding a toy drive for Toys for Tots. The toy drive is at 1801 Grand Central Avenue until 7 tonight. Elves are walking around to help unload toys, hand out cookies and hot chocolate, and help kids get their letters to Santa. Allman shared why she is collecting donations for Toys for Tots.
I hope it brings a lot of fun. I hope it brings a lot of smiles and happiness, and plus helps the kids that need a fun Christmas as well.
She said if you drop off unopened toys, you will be given tickets to win a gift card from Munchies and Hangries. Coming up in sports, a Parkersburg South baseball player has signed with a Division I university to continue his career on the diamond. Ryan Wilson has that, plus our Student Athlete of the Week, coming up next in sports.
Well, for tonight's Jan Dill Student Athlete of the Week, we head to Williamstown to check in with a member of the Yellow Jackets volleyball team that's looking to win a third straight state championship. Josiah Schuneman has more with Becca Shamblin.
Student Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law and WTAP. This is home.
Becca Shamblin is a junior who plays volleyball and runs track for the Williamstown Lady Jackets. She excels as a student athlete, and she knows the challenges that come with balancing her schoolwork and sports.
Procrastination is my downfall, I'd say, but taking college classes have been able to help me a lot because I can do the schoolwork there online while I'm at like a volleyball tournament or a game.
Becca has not been alone on her journey as a student athlete. She has gotten plenty of guidance along the way from her coaches, teammates, and family.
My coaches and my family and my team obviously has helped me a lot. Like, we are all in the same position, we all play the same sport and have the same work to do, and like we're all very supportive of each other. And Coach Cole, Coach Sexton, and Coach Woodard, they've all helped as well.
Becca and the Lady Jackets won the Class A Region 1 title after defeating Wheeling Central and Ritchie County. She recorded her 1,000th career kill against the Maroon Knights, and she owes the impressive feat to all her teammates. Williamstown will be heading to state in search of a third straight championship, and Becca couldn't be more thrilled for the chance to head to Charleston once again.
Making it to state, it's very exciting. It's been a completely different year than the last 2 years. Like, we worked very, very hard to get where we are now, and we're still working on stuff, and it's going to be showed on the floor, and we're really excited to be there.
Becca doesn't know where she wants to go to school yet, but she says she wants to be a certified registered nurse anesthetist. In Williamstown, Josiah Schuneman, WTAP Sports, this is home.
Well, now let's head to Parkersburg South High School as a Patriots baseball player has made his decision to continue playing ball at the college level, and he'll be going Division I. Caden Mackey will head from Parkersburg down to Spartanburg, South Carolina to play baseball for the Spartans of the University of South Carolina Upstate. Mackey played a multitude of positions while at Parkersburg South, but the Spartans want to use him in the pitching rotation, as Mackey can throw his fastball in the 90 miles per hour range. Mackey talked about why he's excited to head down to USC Upstate and also about what challenges he is looking forward to conquering at the next level.
First off, it was a really good school. Just the weather's really nice down there. I also have family that lives like 20 minutes away, so it's good because I always really wanted to live in the Carolinas, so it just really worked out. I'm excited to work on gaining my velocity, and my challenges, I'm going to have to start working on different off-speed pitches and stuff like that, because I mean, people down there, they're good at hitting a fastball, so I'm just excited to work on that.
Well, obviously, yesterday we saw the beginning of the college basketball season. So tonight's Sports Poll question asks you if you're excited that college basketball is back. WVU and Marshall getting the wins on opening night. I know I'm excited that we're going to see some hardwood action. So you can cast your vote in the sports section of WTAP.com. Phyllis, that'll do it for sports.
Thank you, Ryan. When we come back, Kirk has one last look at the forecast.
You can download the free Pinpoint Weather app from WTAP and get all the weather information downloaded directly into your phone. This evening, we expect to see temperatures drop into the 50s by 8 o'clock, and certainly by midnight, we're down into the 40s. It'll be a cooler night than last night, to be sure, but still dry, still pleasant, and you're able to get out to the polls till 7:30.
Thank you, Kirk. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back tonight at 11 with election coverage.